Alright, let's see if I can update you guys on some things that I've learned. I'm going to try and keep these videos a little bit short and drip some information to you, because I got lots of information. Problem is I don't have time to make videos and give you a lot of information. First thing I want to say is, don't worry about this Jesse Smollett stuff. This is a wonderful thing. It's not a bad thing. A lot is going to come out of this Jesse Smollett stuff. It ain't as simple as it looks on the surface. It is. Wait and see. Wait and see. The first thing, I have to go off my notes. I got to keep on track and that kind of stuff. It's going to seem like I'm rambling, and I'm going to explain that right now. I don't know if you've been to the grocery store and been in the salad section, which is where it's kept in the grocery stores I go to. But they have a drink, a chia seed type drink. And I don't know if you've tried these. These are chia seeds in like a grape juice, cherry juice, pomegranate juice, whatever like that. And these chia seeds are covered with a slime. And when you drink it, it just glides down your throat. Well, in your brain, you have these things called erythrocytes, something like that. And they're like these chia seeds. They've got a membrane on them, and they glide through the arteries to the vessels, which are smaller, and then the capillaries, which are even smaller. When you drink alcohol, it takes off that slime coating, that membrane. And then those things, chia seeds, they start bunching together like raisins. And they go through the arteries, they go through the vessels, but when they get to the capillaries, they clog it up. These capillaries go straight to the neurons. And when they clog that passage, the capillaries, that you can, I guess on MRI, you can watch the neuron die. I've known this for about 30 years at least. And I continued to drink. Smoking does the exact same thing. I continued to smoke. So now that I need this cognitive ability, I don't have it. In studying, I have the big picture now of everything. But without this cognitive ability, I cannot put it all together. I cannot articulate what I know to you folks. So I'm, I guess, going to try and drip the information I've collected to you, to those of you with a few more neurons than I have, and you can put things together yourself. And you can see what you think and make your videos or whatever. Also, I involved myself with drugs and alcohol intentionally, and I should be the poster boy for not using drugs and alcohol. But I did it intentionally, and that's another video. That's another video. I won't go there right now. Anyway, I now have the big picture, and it involves a number of different components. When you see how each of these components is being used against us, not just TIs, the people, you deduce it down to the base. The base for each one of these components is control. You can see that with gang stalking. The base is they want to control everything. And I have been going back a long ways. I'm talking about preteen, where almost everything has been controlled, including girlfriends. I'll get to the wife later. Friends, jobs, everything. I've got a real interesting one for jobs. I'll give you a brief synopsis of a part of it. I had 3 jobs in a row. 3 jobs in a row where I got hired as a temp, and we love your work. You're going to be here full time. I'm going to give you this supervisor position or whatever, but our regular supervisor is out right now. His dad died. We gave him a vacation, and today is his last day. If he doesn't show up today, the job is yours. I had 3 jobs in a row that had similar circumstances, and of course, always on the last day, they showed up, and of course, they didn't like me, and I ended up leaving a few days later. Sorry, he came back. We don't need you. See you, bye. 3 jobs in a row that occurred, but I could go on and on about that. Anyway, this isn't about that stuff. This is about the new things that are happening. Now, I am in a dichotomic quandary. Because I cannot figure out if this is a super elaborate hoax. But, I'll just go on. Trump is one of them. And if you Google or search for, Trump, space Mason, there's a video of him where he says he is a Mason. I've told you about that before. Now, People doing analysis of this video say that there's indications he is very high level. Some say 33rd degree, some I don't know. So this is my only element of distrust. But, and I can see how this could become an elaborate hoax. But I look at the facts. These people are trying to kill him multiple times. He is going after these people. It's not talk, and we can't really see what's going on. We can really see what's going on if we study. If you try and learn the gematria, or if you study those, and there's real easy online courses, and it's not complicated, or study those who do know it, you can get an inside look that Trump is speaking directly to them. And he's saying, I'm coming after you. And he is specifically speaking to 322 and 33. He is going after these guys. This is what is fact. Now, why would this billionaire, who's got everything, done everything, has everything, put targets on his children's backs? Put a target on his wife's back. Put a target on his head. Why would he do this? He has stated through his little Masonic code, there's one reason Trump is doing this. For the children. Maybe he didn't, I don't know how it works. I've heard many different stories. And all of the stories that I seem to hear want to absolve the lower level scumbags from any responsibility whatsoever. I'm not going for it. Everywhere you go and study this stuff, you've got, I'm a master mason from way back, and all we ever do is play cards and argue about what we're going to have for dinner. I call bullshit, because I've put enough information up here already that shows that's bullshit. Who in their right fucking mind, you've got God and the devil, who is, whether you believe in it or not, you've got God and the devil, and you willingly choose the devil, or only them, because they are being taught the Bible. Nobody else teaches the Bible. They think they're learning secrets. Anyway, when Satan was taunting, teasing, offering everything to Jesus out in the wilderness, what was he using? He was using biblical scripture. But he was twisting it at the end to favor Satan. Did Jesus argue with him? Oh, that's not what it says. No, Jesus didn't argue. When Satan and Michael were arguing over, not arguing, but when Satan was challenging Michael over Moses' body, did Michael argue with him? No. Lucifer knows the Bible better than Lucifer was there every step of the way. Lucifer can twist everything into his favor. You don't argue. You don't challenge. He can twist it. It's twisted. Everything they get is twisted and slanted because they don't have the common sense to look at the base. I don't know why I went off on that little rant, but anyway, Trump is doing this for one reason and one reason only: the children. Maybe he rose up high enough to learn these little secrets. That's where I was going with this. I guess as they rise up with their dues, paying more money, whatever like that, they learn more secrets. Twisted Secrets. Wasn't that a band's name? Twisted Secrets? Anyway, if you type into Google, and I wouldn't use Google anymore, I've told you that forever, there is a new search engine called Quant, Qwant, and I favor that one lately. Anyway, if you look for founder of Freemasonry, you'll find this character named Nimrod. This video I won't go into his genealogy and that kind of stuff, but Nimrod was the founder of Sodom and Gomorrah, and some others. That's a separate video. Which means he was the head child molester of the Bible. He's the head honcho child molester, child sacrifice expert, all that stuff. And this is the guy who founded Freemasonry. And they want to deny child molesting. I've got a video coming up on that too. Well, yeah, I'll do that separate, but I'll prove to you. Anyway, if you Google Quant Sodom and Gomorrah, space archaeology today, you can find that they have discovered the biblical locations of Sodom and Gomorrah. The questions are, why would God interfere with the that's a bad word, with the people in their progression here on earth, because it has a different purpose, which is a different video. Anyway, the reason God torched and destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah was for one reason and one reason only: the cries of the children. There were two angels in Sodom and Gomorrah at that time. What do you think would have happened if either one of those had been injured or killed when Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed? It's an interesting contemplation. The cries of the children are why God intervened in that. The cries of the children are why Trump is doing what he's doing. There are very real evidences that this is not talk, because things are happening. Many things are happening. Trump is going after the elements of this big picture. I see it. I see everything happening. And as I said, I just can't put it all together. I want to be able to succinctly bring it to you and describe what is going on, what the big picture is that gang stalking is a part of. I just can't do it. I'm going to have to study a lot more and look at that big picture. But I can promise you this, that if this is not an elaborate hoax by Trump, if this plan continues, the Masons will be destroyed. Gang stalking will be destroyed, as well as many other things. They're definitely going to be exposed. But there's been like, when you have a cancer, you need to eradicate every cell so that it won't come back. I'll let you figure that out. Oh, I was reading a huge conversation on this accident at Jacob Rothschild's mansion. There is still no proof of life of Jacob Rothschild. But something came up. In this conversation, it was mentioned by somebody. It's all anonymous, nobody knows who. But it says they fake their deaths, and I kill them anyway. No need for a trial. So I'm thinking, maybe he didn't die. Maybe he faked his death. And faking deaths is supposed to be an upcoming trend. They call it Suicide Weekend. So, and supposedly the Clintons' healths are going to start deteriorating rather rapidly here pretty quick. Okay. Oh, not only is the children what brought Trump out into this. He doesn't like anyone who's got anything to do with it. So anybody that's got anything to do with it is going to go down. But this extends to those who have turned a blind eye to the children. Who's that? I'll let you figure it out. But anybody who has been informed and that kind of stuff and turned a blind eye, didn't prosecute, didn't arrest, didn't report, that kind of stuff, those who turned a blind eye are included in this. What else I got? Oh, who can listen to the cries of children? Only the people who are inflicting it. Oh, on how this big picture all fits together. It's all computerized, of course. There's all these different elements of this big picture, of which gang stalking is a more minor part. But it's all connected through the computers and everything, because this is all about control. It's all about control. The TIs are an experimental part of what's to come for everybody. Excuse me. And Google is involved, YouTube's involved, Twitter's involved, all that stuff. And you saw Sundar Pichai of Google was just meeting with Trump in the White House, and I figured Trump was reading him the riot act of how it's going to be, and he can get on board, or he's going to be going down and being arrested and that kind of stuff for the things that he is involved in, because he is part of the big picture. Where was I going to go with that? So, in targeting, there is this is where I can't put everything together for you. I just need to learn more. It's all done on an algorithm that there's a algorithm that keeps this system going. They've got the algorithm. So with that algorithm, they can begin to pick everything apart, what needs to be learned, all that stuff, and that way they can attack it much more efficiently. Vulnerabilities, all that kind of stuff, but they do have the algorithm. By the way, something I forgot to mention, which is what set me off on all this stuff, was there was an official tweet by somebody, I'm not going to say who, that specifically mentioned the TI program. And this is high-level U.S. government tweet that specifically mentioned cryptically the TI program, which is what really got me started on all this. If it's officially mentioned, I wanted to track down all the information I could out of it, and this is what led me off on over here, this, that, and the other thing. But anyway, and this is when the, well, anyway. Well, I guess that's about all I got for this video. Oh, I didn't mention this in my rewards video, but there's a guy, I'll pay $500 for a picture of him, and I refer to this guy as Mr. Wrong Yang. I'm not sure how to say it correctly. I think that the R is kind of silent, but anyway, that's how I refer to this guy, because I haven't been able to get a picture of him. And anyone who is involved in this should know who I'm speaking about. These gang fags like to keep you broke, so I figure, here's a way to get $500. But I can look at the picture and tell if it's him or not, so don't try and fake me. Also, I think I'll up that reward for information on the communications program to $5,000, depending. All you got to do is borrow one of these gang fag phones and let me get a hold of it for a while. I've seen billboards that, don't pay that much for reward for information on who killed so-and-so. So I think $5,000 is a shitload of money for finding out a communications program. Anyway, I think I'll just leave it right there and hope that helps. I'm staying on top of this stuff. I'll get back to you as I can put more together. I've got the big picture. I just can't put it together. So anyway, I hope that helps. I'll talk to you later. Bye.